The mating habits of Podosa emmentata, a common and widespread wolf spider. There are 15 different kinds of Podosa in the UK alone, and this is only one species of the wolf spider genera. Here we see a male in search of a mate, calling out to see if he receives a response, as a large female sits nearby. When she eventually responds to his call, and he moves closer, you can see the size difference between them. As with most spiders, she is larger, and their colouring differs. The male will then try to woo the female with his ritualistic dance, while she decides whether or not he is worthy. But he isn't the only one that's interested, so he must be on top of his game, or he will be left aside for another to take his place. Unfortunately for this little guy, he just didn't quite make the cut and has to pass the next candidate on his walk of failure, which leaves room for the new contender to step forward, where he too will try his best to interest the female. Someone was victorious in their plea to mate, as here we see a female with her egg sac, which she will carry around with her until the young hatch. But that won't be the end of the story, as she will then home the small live young on her abdomen until they are big enough to leave, where they will then start their own journey. The mating habits of sawflies. A member of the Symphyta subfamily of insects order Hymenoptera. There are more than 400 species in the British Isles, and they are highly understudied. Mating is rarely an enjoyable occasion in the world of arthropods, as competition is rife, and even once success is made, the female will continue to be bombarded with attention, as seen here with these sawflies. Another male is still trying his luck, despite her mating with another. The mating habits of Palomina prasina, a common stink bug. Despite a male already mating with the female, another is lingering close by, waiting for his own chance. The mating pair move away to escape him. But he just continues to follow. No matter where they move, he is there. Perhaps they'll be safe here. He's still pursuing. Time to move on again. What about here? Nope. Maybe hidden behind these leaves will do the job. He's stumped now. But eventually, he too finds a mate. Eating habits. Common sawfly larvae. There are several species of sawfly larvae which like to feed on rose bushes, but they are so similar that it is impossible to differentiate between them by eye alone. The buff ermine, Spilarctia lydium, is a moth of the family Arabidae. They feed on a wide variety of low-growing herbaceous plants and grow more hairy with each molt. Their hairs protect them from birds, meaning they can sit out during the day. As with all kinds of larvae, the main aim is to eat as much as possible so they can move on to the next stage of their life cycle. Lasius niger, the common black ant. Ants are some of the most successful in the world of insects, working in huge nests as one giant organism. Here they are collecting parts from a deceased bee. There is one species of arthropod that we come into contact with quite often in those autumn months, when they are in their fully developed form, and you walk right into them, as their web stretches from hedge to hedge at head height. The orb-web spiders, Arachnids. Many of them are brightly coloured and spin orb webs. The ones from the Arachnids genera are the ones you are most likely to encounter. They will spend ages spinning the perfect web, which they will rarely use for more than 24 hours. Once the web is built, they will wait patiently until it is struck by something. Then they will wrap their prey in a different kind of silk than that used for their web. It is less sticky than their web. The prey will then be left and sucked dry at a later point. But although the Arachnids genera are the most common for us to see, there are so many other kinds of orb out there also, like this common stretch spider, Tetragonatha extensa. This spider is one of 6 Tetragonatha species in Britain and belongs to the long-jawed orb-web family. There are so many different species of spider just in the UK alone, and each has a very different way of living, like this small Enoplagonatha species. This one is the ovata, which itself is split into 3 forms. This one is the Rhedometer form, identifiable by the coloration on its back. They are commonly known as the common candy-striped spider. This caterpillar may be safe from the species we've seen so far, but hidden inside this hole is a completely different species, which will happily take anything that happens past it. Nothing would be safe if it stumbled across that opening. But I'll talk about those species another time. Every living thing on this planet has a place and a purpose. Everything plays a part in the endless cycle of life, and everything deserves to live. Protect our wildlife, no matter how small.